Hello, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be kitting up this diamond painting. Um, it's not fully on screen, but it's this like lips with hands that says whisper words of wisdom, let it be. So not typically something I would normally do, but I really do like the colors on this. So yeah, so I called this Whisper Words of Wisdom. Yeah. So this was from KokoWill on Amazon. I actually got it as a product review. KokoWill contacted me on Instagram, I think. Yeah, Instagram, and asked if I wanted to review a diamond painting, and I was like, okay. And especially since I was like, I saw the image that they wanted me to review, and I was like, you know what? Not something I would normally buy, but sometimes it's actually really fun to do a diamond painting completely outside of your normal buying habits. So yeah, it is a product review, so I did get this for free to do the review, but it's $15.99 on Amazon. So yeah, it's advertised as a 35 by 45, but it's pretty much a 30 by 40, which is a good size for this. So it's poured glue with round drills, and there are DMC numbers, and there are 30 colors in all. So I am going to use these 56 grid containers. Oh yeah, here's the original image here. Isn't it pretty? It kind of looks like there's a texture to the background, so I wonder if this was like a picture of someone's t-shirt or something. That's what it kind of looks like. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you'll be able to tell from the diamond painting. There is a slight color differentiation over here, so, but yeah, so I'm going to use these 56 grid containers. And you know, now that I think I have like 8 of these now. These have actually been really, I've used these very often because there's a lot of these diamond paintings that have more than the 28 colors for the grid. So then I did scan the legend and printed them on paper, on label paper. And yeah, they're mostly letters and numbers. Yeah, they're just, and a couple symbols. There was one symbol that didn't scan well, the one that's a 9. I think it's just because when I scan, it also takes up the what they call that, the texture of the canvas. So it doesn't always, like, that's why, I don't know if you could tell, there's like some texture to the color. Because when I scan it and I blow it up, it also blows up the texture of the canvas. But, all right, so they do come in this strip packaging, which I guess it's better than the little individual baggies. Okay, so where's number 1? Wait, here's number 2. Oh, that's weird. I don't know if you could tell, but number 2, this is before number 1. But that's an... Hopefully they're not all like that, because that'll get confusing. Okay. So... Okay, number 1. 154. So, yeah. What should I talk about? Well, I guess since this is a diamond painting that I guess is inspired by a song, right? Whisper Words of Wisdom, Let It Be. That's from a Beatles song, right? I don't know, what's the title of the song? Is it Let It Be? Probably. That sounds more like a title. Yeah, I don't really know my music. The Beatles, they came out before I was born, I think. They were what, like 70s, right? I don't know. Things that happened before I was born, you kind of don't pay attention to it. Yeah. Like, if this was a 90s song, I'd be like, yeah, I know that, but yeah. 70s song, probably not. And yeah, I don't think my parents really listened to the Beatles. Yeah, what did my parents listen to? Actually, I don't really know. I guess we were just never that musically inclined. Like, if I were gonna base it off of what they sing in karaoke, like my mom's favorite karaoke song was, it was called like Top of the World. Who's that by, like, is it the Carpenters? That was my mom's go-to karaoke song. None of my family, at least my immediate family, could sing well. So yeah, karaoke for us is just us trying to stay in some sort of relatively good tune for singing where, you know, you hope people don't run away from you. Okay, so the 310s, there's actually 4 bags of it, so, but I anticipate I'll have plenty of space, so I'm just gonna keep filling it up until I run out. Yeah, so karaoke for my family was never good because we couldn't sing. But yeah, no, my mom always sang Top of the World, which I think is by the Carpenters. And then my dad always sang Yesterday, which I actually have no idea who sang Yesterday. You know the one, Yesterday. No, wait, you don't want to hear me sing. Love was only just something pain away or something. I don't know. See, I don't know my music. But yeah, that was my dad's go-to karaoke song. So maybe that was what they were into when they were younger. I don't know what my go-to karaoke song would be. I just never really, I don't really sing that well. So, and I think I have a little bit more shame than, I guess, my parents or something in singing. So, yeah. What would I have? Yeah, I don't know what I would sing karaoke-wise. If I were gonna go choose what I could sing. Yeah. Not a singer. Me, nope. But yeah. So, yeah, I was never really into like music, so I wouldn't be able to tell you who sang what is the new stuff now. It's just, I guess I just was never that interested into it. Like, I would watch like singing competitions, like, you know, like I remember watching American Idol back a long time ago. And I appreciate like good singers, but like actually keeping up with the latest songs and stuff, not really, was never really the thing I did. So yeah, like I'm thinking, let's talk about music, and I'm like, I have like nothing. Okay, so even though I'm saying that it's number 5333. Okay, so it is purple. So it just printed like blue for me instead of the purple that's on there. So that's also another problem with printing from a scan, is your printer could decide to print it in a slightly different shade. Also, I did think I also lightened this, so maybe the lightening kind of changed the color. But yeah, what was I talking about? So like these bags that don't have the DMC code in there, I kind of trust that if it matches the color-ish of what I'm putting in here, it probably is correct. And I sometimes go check here to make sure. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so as much as I was saying like I'm not really musically inclined, I did, like when I was younger, because I think it's just the thing that parents like to do is like put you into some sort of musical instrument lessons, and I took piano for a couple years. I was never good at it. So I think when you're not good at something, like you don't enjoy it because it's just so much more effort to do than if you did enjoy it, if you were good at it. So yeah, I was never really good at the piano, but I did take it, and I guess if I tried, I probably could play some like things relatively okay, but it was just never, I just never really enjoyed it that much. So yeah, my parents probably, like my sister also took piano too, and I think both of us were just never really into it. I think probably because I guess music is just not one of our talents. So yeah, so I did take piano, and in high school, just because I didn't really have, I'm not sporty or anything, for just an extracurricular, I actually took like chorus, which is fine because you know what, you're just like one singer in like a massive amount of people. So I took chorus. I did it for like pretty much all 4 years. What's funny is, okay, so there is in my school, there was like the chorus where they let everyone in, and then there was like the slightly better people who, what's it called, that were in a separate group, but it was still a chorus, but they were the better singers. So usually, like by the time senior year, the teacher will just let you in, because it's your senior year, especially if you've done like the rest of all the other years. Well, guess what? I was just so bad at singing. I couldn't even get into it after on my senior year because I was just that bad. But that was okay. I still did the one where they let everyone in. And it's fun. And I mean, as much as I'm bad at singing, I actually kind of enjoy it. But no one, I guess, should hear me sing. But yeah. What other songs? But yeah, okay, so I guess this is from the Beatles, and I think they're what, like from, are they the 70s or 60s? So, yeah, I don't think yeah, is it the Beatles? I could be completely wrong. But I'm guessing from this, it's the 70s, right? Because that's when like all the hippies were around, right? The 70s. Let's do all the whole like peace and stuff like that. Yeah. So, yeah, no, music, I just never really paid attention to it. And when I was in high school doing the chorus, we were mainly doing, what do you call that? Tunes from musicals, which musicals and like more like Christmas and like during the, because there's like 2 semesters of it. So like in the Christmas one, they did the Christmassy songs too, and then the one that is in the spring. No, I think they did still musicals in the spring too, so did a lot of musical songs, so I did know at some point the words to a lot of musical songs. But I haven't actually watched that many musicals. Like I think in high school, I went to high school in San Francisco, and the musical that I ended up watching, because I think it just happened to be playing in San Francisco at the time, was Miss Saigon, which I thought the music of that was really good. Otherwise, all the musicals I watched are just like the movie adaptations of a musical, which I guess are good too, but not as entertaining as watching it live on stage. I guess I should totally go watch some musicals, but you know, it was just never those things that I'm like, I'm good. Like, especially when I was living in like the city-ish, more city places. Okay, so 823 is gonna need 2. So I'm just gonna put that into the next one, so because I don't like separating them, and I'm hoping I have plenty of space. Oops, this is backwards. Yeah, I think I should have taken advantage of more like artsy stuff when I was living in Seattle, and when I was, well, I mean, I'm still nearby Seattle. I could always go to Seattle, and after the pandemic, maybe I'll go watch some, but yeah, I guess it's just never one of those like you would enjoy it if you go to it, but you never actually go out and do it, which I think I should do more. Like, I think after the whole pandemic and everything opens up, I think people are just gonna enjoy doing things. Or after people like get over the shock of going back into society, because I think I'm gonna have that issue where it's like, now I could act like, I think it's gonna be a while before, at least me, it's gonna be a while before I would be comfortable like going to a movie theater and staying around like a lot of people and just in a confined space for a long period of time. So I think it'll be a while before people, or at least me, is comfortable doing something like that. It's 824 is 17, yeah. But I think once things start going back to normal, I think like these kind of things like movies and maybe theater stuff will kind of boom because people would have missed it, and maybe I should go check something out. Or this might like this whole like staying at home might completely change me, and I'll just become a massive like, is 18 is green, but this doesn't look green. 18 is 898. The pick thingy is green, but this is a brown. And even this legend is green, but nothing else looks brown except S, which is number 24. Okay, so let's just go for that's brown. I should go check out what 898 is. Well, let's just hope everything was in here correctly. And maybe it's just, they just put it as green to make it easier to see instead of the brown. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what I was saying anymore. Oh yeah, I think it'll be hard for at least people or like me to get back into the more social, I guess, things to do. I mean, like, when am I gonna even be comfortable going onto an airplane? I'm sure other people have done it, but yeah, just like being confined with people. I mean, I did like a cruise like 2 years ago, and I'm like, although yeah, cruises are meant for people who are retired. Like a lot of their activities are for retired folk, but it was fun. Like the food was really good in a cruise. But yeah, when the poor cruise industry probably got decimated by this, the cruise industry, the airline industry, tourist industry has probably gotten really affected by this. But I wonder if after everything is done and then people start getting comfortable, I wonder if there'll just be a surge of it because people will have missed going on vacation. But yeah, it'll take a while, I think, for people to be comfortable doing this stuff again. Especially going from maskless to, I mean, masked up. Like, I don't know how long, like, even after all the people are like vaccinated and this stuff goes away, how long before people are going to stop masking up. Because, I mean, there's a lot of resistance for mask wearing from a couple groups, but for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just wear that mask. Like, it's not worth the what they call that? Uncertainty, or it's just not worth the possibility of getting the disease, especially since I've gone this long already, right? It's like, I survived 2020. Am I gonna seriously get the freaking disease after, you know, getting comfortable not wearing a mask? So yeah, I think it'll be a while before I go maskless. You know, maybe wait to see when they're like, okay, there's not that many COVID cases anymore, and I actually got vaccinated, which I'm hoping is soon, because I don't know. I'm not in the priority list of people getting vaccinated because, okay, so in Washington State, if they had like a link to, you would go to the Department of Health website, and then they ask you a whole bunch of questions, and then it'll tell you like whether you're eligible or not. And then you also could sign up for where they could contact you when you actually are eligible. Well, all the questions they asked were like, you know, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you live with someone that's older? Do you blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? I think I answered no to everything. So I was like, okay, that just means I have to wait till the general public. So I'm probably going to be vaccinated when they open it to everyone. But who knows when that's going to happen. Although I think I saw in the news that President Biden is hoping to have the vaccinations open to everyone by what, like May, I think. So we'll see. We'll see, I guess. But for now, I don't really anticipate being able to get it until, like, I guess summer. I don't know. May. I don't know. Because I think a lot of it is dependent on how fast it could get manufactured, because I want the vaccine to go through all the necessary, like, checks, quality control checks, because you know what? I don't want to get, I've heard people have had pretty bad side effects from getting it, so I don't want, because they're trying to ramp everything up, that the quality is not there. So I want them to make sure when they're manufacturing everything, it's good. Okay, last color. Yeah, see, this is gray on the thing, but this looks more like a weird brown. So maybe the colors on the canvas are different from the drills. I don't care as long as it looks good. And, well, there you go. Everything fit into here. So there you go. Since this is a product review, I probably will post this earlier rather than later. So you'll probably see the finish of this soon after you see this video. All right, thank you for watching and happy diamond painting. Bye.